Alright guys, so we're looking at the S&P 500 right now, and currently you can see we're just underneath this resistance zone here for the S&P, right? If you look on the 1 hour, you can see we're underneath this resistance zone, and the price has come down, and we're hitting down at these levels. So currently, we are, just playing it level by level with the S&P. Not too much change has happened. We're looking to see if the price comes underneath this level right here, then we'll decide if we're going to be heading even further down. But looking to retest these lows on the S&P 500 standard. Looking at Bitcoin now, we have Bitcoin right now is still at this low right here, so very close to this low right here. And you can see again the buyers have stepped in at this area and are pushing the price up, as you can see with all these bottom wicks here. But we just want to be mindful that if we do break underneath this level, this support and resistance, we will be heading further down. All I can see for bearish momentum for this price action is just we've broken this trend line, right, which I've discussed before. But what's the biggest key here is just this low. If this low is not broken, we are still going to be ranging. But you can see there is a bit of weakness in the Bitcoin price with this trend line being drawn. All right, so let's go to again, let's also look at not just the S&P 500, but let's look at some stock comparatives, right? So we know the S&P 500, let's look at Foot Locker right now, guys. So I just want to give you guys an example. Just want to give you guys an example of buying and holding, and why that strategy is actually maybe not the best in the world, depending on what asset you're holding. So right now we have Foot Locker here. Let's go on the monthly time frame. So Foot Locker, if you held Foot Locker from 2010 all the way to now, you're pretty much at the same level as it was before in 2010. The reason why I'm showing this chart, guys, is because you want to understand that just holding your stock or your crypto, these are companies, right? And they go through highs and lows. And if a company decides that they're no longer having dividends, then yeah, the stock is going to dump. So we have right now Foot Locker has dumped all the way back down to the April, where it was April, and actually the low of August in 2011. So over a decade of profits have been washed out of the market. So you're investing, stacking your cash, buying the dip, and then the dip just dips and completely tumbles. So you want to understand the power of actually understanding the markets. If you're putting money in the markets, you should at least have a basic understanding of the charts, because you can't really leave your money in here. It's just going to fluctuate up, down, left, and right, And another thing is, the power of picking stocks that are actually growth stocks, or stocks that are actually going to be expanding in the next decade, 2 decades. So we have here Nvidia. We've had a dip on it over here, October 22. So the highs of December 2021, and then the pullback all the way in October 2022, and then we've had this nice rally here of 200% from the lows of February 2020, or even January 2022, right? October of 2022, sorry. So just the power of picking the right stocks. This is a tech company. They deliver chips to computers, to phones, to cars, so they're gonna be around for a good amount of time. So you need to understand that just buying any stock does not mean you're gonna be building wealth. you need to make sure that you're investing in stocks and assets that are actually going to be expanding in this new decade and 2 decades, right? So that's why we cover Bitcoin. That's why we look at cryptocurrency, because as much as Nvidia has gone up, cryptocurrency is so new that the exponential growth is going to be the highest for the next 10 to 20 years, right? So that's for that. Let's look at the ETH versus Bitcoin dominance. The ETH versus Bitcoin price. So if we look, we have currently, we have ETH is still weak against Bitcoin. We are in this pennant right here, but we are weak against Bitcoin, Ethereum. So you just want to keep in mind, guys, is that once Ethereum starts making higher lows, so once we, maybe break above this resistance right here, so we get above this resistance, that will start looking very good for Ethereum and also the altcoins. But as we have it right now, we are in this downtrend, but we are above this support. So, just to see if we're going to break up bullish or break down bearish, we definitely want to, for the altcoins break up, and we're in this pennant, so there's a higher probability of actually breaking up in this channel. So, as it is for altcoins right now, let's look at the Bitcoin dominance. The Bitcoin dominance, like I said, we are pushing down, but until we break below this low, we are still trending higher for the Bitcoin dominance. So that indicates that altcoins are not really at a primary time to purchase, but there are some altcoins, micro caps, that have been exploding in price. A lot of people have been getting some gains, maybe 50%, 40% gains on their capital right now. So that's definitely something you guys want to keep in mind. But as a risk on or off for altcoins, when it's like you can really just YOLO into altcoins, we're not there yet. Okay, so we had this steady flow over here in 2020, January 3rd of 2021, where altcoins just completely exploded and the dominance collapsed, right? So we're not really there yet. We are kind of just looking for, we're looking for more of a downtrend and weakness in the Bitcoin dominance. So just as it is currently, let's just be a bit more patient. Okay, let's be a bit more patient. This was the start of the alt season, January 3rd, and then it ended in March of 2021. So it was about, a good 4 or 5 months of rapid altcoin gains. But I don't see right now that we are having that. As you can see, what we had here was we had lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and then we had this massive high, and then the price completely dumped. The dominance completely dumped. So right now we are having still higher highs and higher lows. We have, on smaller time frames, have developed, broken below the support area, right? We've broken below the support area, and now, broken below this, looking for the price to, see what happens when the price action comes down to this level. But until we break this low on the daily, I wouldn't consider us actually having a full-blown alt season where you can, know that the risk is on your side. Right now, the risk is not on our side at the moment to really just YOLO into altcoins. But with Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything's up against a major resistance. Bitcoin is, if we break, see, the real caution with Bitcoin now is if we're on the daily and we break this low. So if we break this low, then we will be heading So if we break this low right here, and the price comes down and we break the low, then there's a good probability we're going to be heading even lower and touching this low over here and meeting supports at these areas, right? So you don't want to be in altcoins if this happens, because if this does happen, your altcoins are going to get decimated and your dry powder is going to be wiped away. So just be very careful while you're investing in these coins, in Bitcoin, in these altcoins, and understand that, you know, the safer time to put your money into Bitcoin, if we look at our model here, is right here. When the price, after the Bitcoin halving, when the price gets close to and starts to breach the previous all-time high, that's the only time I'm going to be looking to buy Bitcoin, and that's the only time I'm going to be looking to buy altcoins, is once we start breaching the previous all-time high. And that has been proven to be one of the best times to actually be into altcoins, because anything before that, anything can happen. You know, you're getting in here, and then COVID wipes out all your gains, you lose all your capital. And then over here, you know, you get in, the price, this was a bit smoother, but once we broke the all-time highs, altcoins started going crazy and had an exponential run up, right? So we were waiting for that right here, is just waiting for the next all-time high and then getting back into altcoins where the risk is lower and you have a higher probability of actually profiting off of these altcoins, where the liquidity is higher, and you know, you're yield farming and all these magic money that gets thrown into the market, you know, can be sustained because there's so much liquidity into the market. So with that being said, guys, you know, our top prediction in this market cycle, which I don't really do predictions, but if we look at the market right here, you know, just how it's been evening out, you know, 130,000 would be my high for the next cycle. I don't think we're going to go to 180 or 200, but who knows, right? Who knows? So without further ado, guys, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and tune in next time where we'll be posting about Bitcoin, altcoins, and what's going on with S&P 500. Soon, we have about a week. So next week, beginning of September, we're going to be dropping our altcoin picks for the next bull run. So stay tuned, and I hope that this will help you. But remember, this is not financial advice. Do what you want with the information. Everyone's in a different situation financially, so you need to respect that. And I will never FOMO you into anything. Just watching the charts and understanding that, you know, have integrity with your money while you're depositing and withdrawing. And, you know, be kind to yourself. You go through your first bull run, second bull run. It takes a lot of courage just to participate into this market. So just be kind to yourself. You may not hit the 100x. You know, you may think a whole bunch of things, but just when the bull market starts, stay away from Twitter, stay away from YouTube, stay away from anything, because you're gonna be the emotions of, you know, someone hitting 100x and you missing and you've been longer in the market. That emotion you're gonna feel is not really your emotion. It's being pulled out of you, and then you're gonna start making decisions to revenge trade and try and make that 100x or whatever, right? When you should just be grateful for what you have. So without further ado, guys, I'll log it off here. To the next time for another video, and take care.